All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Wednesday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you are super blessed. And guys, today is the day. Today is the day. I am giddy as a schoolgirl. My palms are sweaty. My knees are weak. My arms are heavy. It's because they're so big. I'm not wearing a sweater and I'm not vomiting already. But today is the day, as many of you know, that our good friend Jerome Powell and our friends at the Federal Reserve, our favorite people in the world, are going to be announcing the new rates. Now, most people are pricing in that rates are not going to change. 99% right now are saying that right now interest rates are 5.5% and they're forecasting 5.5%. 1% of people are expecting a 25 BPS, basis points, beats per second rate hike increase. And as we know, whenever Jerome Powell opens his mouth, right, what do we get? We get volatility. Volatility, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see. Volatility is what I like to see. Now, here's the thing, right? Bitcoin right now is in a crucial place. We're going to be watching this volatility and we're going to be seeing if we can finally hit the targets for the juicy long trade that we're in right now, set up, given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from the exact bottom. Shout out to the Casper Crew. We're going to see if we can hit that target, guys, because we are setting ourselves up for some squeezes to the upside and to the downside. And we're going to be going through this price action live when the announcement comes out and when the speech begins. It's going to be a bit of a longer stream today. We're going to be going hard today. And we are going to be looking, right? We are going to be looking for some potential moves. So let's go ahead and talk about what potentially we need to be looking for on the Bitcoin price today. All right? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Jumpman Crypto. He says they're not raising rates. Now let's check. We have a poll. We have a poll up in here in the YouTube chat. And I asked you guys, do you think the Federal Reserve is going to raise rates? Yes or nah? Nah. Now personally, I think nah. That's what I think. But let's see what you guys think. Wow. So most of you people say nah. That's what I say as well. Shout out to Cozy Babe. Shout out to Hobby Time with Chris. Shout out to Zenies. He says Daniel is bullish. Shout out to Daniel from Char Champions. Shout out to Haroon. What's going on? God bless you, man. Shout out to Mr. Brokey. Shout out to Cyber Pasty. Cyber Pasty. Shout out to Nikki94. Boo. Bitcoin short now. Well, we're going to talk about it, because I think it's very possible that we very well may get a potential short. When does the FOMC meeting start? I'm pretty sure it starts at 2 p.m. Let's check one more time on the calendar here. Yes. Yes, 2:30 p.m. So the statement is going to be made at 2 p.m. The news will come out at 2 p.m. and then 2:30 is when the press conference begins, and they'll ask Jerome Powell questions and he'll sit there nervously. He's nervous because, you know, he knows the Federal Reserve is robbing all the wealth from the common people, and he has to keep a straight face and pretend like he's helping people, you know. Shout out to Kenny Esposito. Shout out to Ian Defuense. Shout out to Sakutata Lee. He's schlonging, baby. Yeah, I am schlonging right now. I am schlonging. Shout out to Crypto Degen. God bless you. Shout out to Patrick. What's going on, Patrick? Udaman. Udaman. Shout out to the Chart Champions like indicator. Okay, so here's the deal. If the rates are increased, yes, that is bearish. If they come down, that's bullish. If they stay the same, that doesn't really mean anything. So what we really need to wait for is Jerome Powell to actually open up his mouth. Once the gums start flapping, we're going to hear him talk. He's going to say, well, you know, things are looking kind of grim. Inflation's higher now than it was before. The CPI data came out kind of hot. We're going to have to tighten things up here at the Federal Reserve. You know, we're not going to raise rates now, but, you know, maybe in the next month we might have to raise rates again because We want to get inflation down to 2%. 2%. Even though real inflation is 3,000% since like we came off the gold standard, he wants to get on paper inflation back down to 2%. So when he speaks, the markets move. If he comes out hawkish, right, looking like a hawk, flying above, looking for my chickens to come and pick one off, then yeah, that might be bearish. Now here's what we need to understand about the charts. We are set up right now for a perfect storm of squeezing. All right, let me show you what I mean. When we look at this Bitcoin chart, I'm going to go to the daily time frame. All right, the Bitcoin price has been in this range for a very long time, and we are being poised right now, in my opinion, for a short squeeze. Okay, we are being poised for a short squeeze. Here's why I say this. All right, here's why I say this. When we take a look at what has basically transpired from that low that we put in, the low, hang on, there we go, the low that we put in back here on Monday, September 11th, we did so with a very bullish divergence, right? A very bullish divergence. And so when you have a bullish divergence on the daily time frame, that is something to take into account. When you have on the 4-hour time frame continued bullish divergences, but also on market Cipher B, the money flow is getting higher over time, this is something you really need to take into account, right? The Sam Bankman-Fried bullish man boob pattern, right? Sam Bankman-Fried's boobs getting higher over time, his hair getting higher over time, a very bullish sign. And there are a lot of inefficiencies above us that could be filled. There's a lot of liquidity above us that could be snagged, right? When we look at this chart, in my opinion, I believe that we have entered into bearish market structure, right? Basically something like this. Now we've made our first lower low. I am looking for a head and shoulders to form here, all right? I'm looking for a head and shoulders to form here. And what better place to form than right in between the Fibonacci golden pocket and the 786? Because as we know, the Fibonacci 618, the golden pocket, she is my high school crush, 6 Juanita. Every time in my life I've ever gotten the courage to ask out a girl, she's rejected me, okay? For some reason I always end up in the friend zone. I'm the nice guy, right? 6 Juanita, she only likes those bad dudes. Those bad dudes. Your boy Casper, man, he's a good guy. You know, just your average guy. You know, 5 o'clock shadow, flannel shirt, buttoned open a little bit. So, you know, when I get the courage to ask her out on a date, you know, dinner and a movie maybe, what does she do? She rejects me. Ah! Right? She rejects me. Ouch. Now, again, that's the 618 fib. We also have the 786 fib. 786 fib, she's even scarier than 620. 786 fib, she's probably not even into dudes, to be honest with you. So we have these two major areas of resistance. And if we take a look also at all the volume that's traded here, we can see that it would also take us back up to the value area high of this fair value zone, which basically, guys, is simply just still trading the range, but we're trading the range now with a bearish bias because we've changed market structure to the downside, which is why my Grandmaster plan is still in full effect. It's still in full swing. And I use the term full swing because these are indeed my swing trades, right? Swing short from the high, now swing long from the low, looking for the retracement up to 30K area, and then I will look to compound the short, maybe even today. What if Jerome Powell comes out and says, you know what, guys? Things are looking up. Inflation's coming down. We're not raising rates anymore. Things are going down. We're going to go back to $1 just as strong as it was in 1913. The purchasing power. All you guys out there with your worthless dollars, pretty soon they're going to be worth way more. $20 is going to be worth an ounce of gold. We might see Bitcoin pump like a wild woman in distress, running through the wilderness with a laundry basket on her head. You know, looking like Janet Yellen. You know what I'm saying? It might be a shocking thing. We might have to make a thumbnail looking like this. We might have to make a thumbnail looking like this, guys. So yeah, it's possible that we get that squeeze. Now, on the other hand, on the other side of this Bitcoin, all right? On the other side of this Bitcoin, guys, we have to understand also that along this way up, we've discussed this before, but along the way up here, we have made a lot of very ugly looking, disgusting, ugly looking lows, right? We put in the low here. This is a very nice looking low, right? It is a very nice low. The setup that we gave in the Casper crew, a nice low. But from that low, look at this, all right? Whenever you see price trading in a channel like this, you have to look at it not as a bullish or a bearish thing. You have to look at it as basically the market is building up liquidity to be swiped. What do I mean by that? When people are bullish and they're longing and price is trading in a channel like this, we have to understand that there are stop losses underneath all of these ugly lows. And if we break down from the channel, we will start to trigger those stop losses. It's like when the cable breaks in the elevator. You're dropping down. Oh no, we have to all jump at the exact time the elevator hits the floor. Otherwise, we're all going to break our spines and die. Which is why I never take the elevator, guys. I take the stairs, right? That's why I walk on the treadmill. I want to be fit to take those stairs. I'm not trying to die in an elevator accident, all right? Now, if that happens, we could get a swift move to the downside. What I'm trying to say here, y'all, is that we are being set up right now for a swift move, one way or the other. Either a swift move to the upside or a swift move to the downside. And what better time than the FOMC rate hike announcement to get this kind of volatility, guys? All right, now we also have to keep our eyes on the good old S&P 500. All right, the good old S&P 500. Look at this, guys. Wow. Look at the S&P 500. We have gotten a big move to the downside from this zone right here. Now, we did give the short setup in the Casper Crew VIP Discord from 45.60 to short the ES. Let's see, 45.60 right here. Bam, baby. Would you look at that? We came down from that level. Shout out to everybody who shorted this. And we have now filled a gap, getting a little bit of a bounce. Now, here's the thing. If we see Bitcoin pump, we're probably going to see the ES pump as well. This is the S&P 500. We are back inside the fair value zone. We could just as easily see a squeeze on the S&P 500 as we could on Bitcoin. And what do you know? Just like Bitcoin, S&P 500 has major resistance right around this area as well. We could see a lot of things play out in tandem. In addition, we have to keep our eyes on the dollar, the Dixie. Why? Because the Dixie, this is not the Dixie. Hang on. This is the S&P 500 once again. Because the dollar is also, guys, right now at a key area of resistance. Now, here's the thing. You can see it's coming up to the 618 Fibonacci level, right? The 618, the 6 Juanita, right? 6 Juanita. What do we know about 6 Juanita? She will reject us. Here's something else you didn't know about 6 Juanita, all right? She's read Creature from Jekyll Island before. She knows what's going on with the dollar. She knows what happened in 1913. She knows what Nixon did in 1971. So your dollar don't mean a dang thing to her. She will reject you. She don't care if you're the dang US dollar, all right? She will still reject you. And I'm not saying that I'm bearish on the dollar, because I'm not. All I'm saying is that the dollar's at resistance. The dollar right now, if we go to the 4-hour time frame, the dollar, interestingly enough, is printing. If we take a look, momentum waves are getting lower here on 4-hour market Cipher B. Money float getting lower over time on 4-hour market Cipher B. Ever so slight, right in this little area, okay? It's potential that we see a retracement here in the uptrend, and a retracement on the dollar would cause Bitcoin to pump. It would cause the S&P 500 to pump, and we might see some of these targets hit, all right? So it's about 45 minutes right now until our good friend JP, Jerome Powell, the man himself, the man with the plan to get inflation in his hand, keeping it down. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come out and make his announcement. And then if the dollar starts to reject, let's say he says we're going to ease off the gas. He gets dovish. We might see the dollar dump. We might see we might see the Bitcoin pump or vice versa. Now I have on here a chart, all right? This is a chart right here. I've got on my chart. I have a chart on my chart. And we're going to be watching this because these are all the levels that I'm looking for potential reactions at, okay? What do we have going on here? We have right here for the Bitcoin price all the important areas that we need to watch out for. These boxes are places that we need to be prepared for some kind of a bounce or a rejection. If we get a big move to the upside, we have to understand there's lots of liquidity that can be taken from the highs, like this right here, like all this right here that we've been building up for the past few days, and we have a Fibonacci golden pocket just above us. We might see, if there's bearish news, we get a big pump, the fake out to the upside, and then the big drop. If there's bullish news, we might see, we get the big dump to the downside, the fake out, and then the big pump. Now, notice something about all these zones, right, that I have marked out on the chart. These are all areas where if I was a whale, a market maker, I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not who I'm trying to sound like. I'm trying to sound like Tino from Trader's Reality. Yo, 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 ladies and gentlemen, what's the market maker gonna do? Happy days. The market maker wants to basically wreck everybody, right? And so, if there's people shorting here, market maker is gonna stop the shorts and then bam, take it down. I say these longs look juicy to be stopped out. Come take all these lows, get a move to the upside. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So when the news comes out, we're going to be watching, we're going to be waiting, we're going to be looking for our good friend on the chart. You know who I'm talking about, Sam Bankman-Fried. We're going to be looking for Sam Bankman-Fried on the chart. We're going to be looking for either the bullish man boob or the bearish man boob pattern. We're going to be looking for the Gary Gensler bald-headed pattern. You know, because if we see a big pump, we know the move is not very healthy, right? But one thing's for sure, the price action is going to be spicier than a whole bunch of jalapenos. You guys ever had those? They're like little green peppers. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. You guys are absolutely amazing. Bitcoin's starting to get a little bit of a pump right now. I've got Coinalyze.net open right here. We got Exo charts pulled open right here. We got Market Cipher pulled open. We're going to be watching this, seeing what's happening here. A decrease of open interest right now. We've got shorts kind of closing out here, longs closing out. People are closing out their trades before we have this big move. We did see a little bit of bearish CVD divergences here earlier today. It gave us a little bit of a move to the downside. And about 40 minutes now until the big news comes out. Once again, they're expecting nothing to happen. They're expecting nothing to happen, which means to me, when the news comes out, obviously, we're going to get a crazy candle. But once Jerome Powell starts speaking, and we're going to watch that together, we will see the real move come. All right? We will see the real move come. Shout out to everybody who liked the stream. Yes, those are multiple anti-liquidation masks. These are anti-liquidation masks. Okay? All right, Bitcoin getting a little move here, guys. Bitcoin's getting a little move, and if we take a look at the 12-minute time frame, what do we see actually? Let's see what we see, guys. We see potentially some pretty significant bearish divergences forming, right? We've seen this get lower over time. We're seeing this get lower over time. It's making me think if we get the big move up, we could get a fake out to the upside, and at the same time, we are building potential bullish divergences to the bottom, right? It's looking really good for whatever happens. We can get a bounce or a rejection from one of these key areas. All right, let's take a look at the lower time frames on the ES, the S&P 500 here. The 12-minute time frame is looking kind of bullish with the money flow getting higher over time. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, this is my jam.
Trading Bitcoin, we need some speed. I want Market Cipher to look like Sam Bankman-Fried. Going so high, let me get a handle.
Here we go.
Trading Bitcoin, we need some speed. I want Market Cipher to look like Sam Bankman-Fried. Going so high, let me get a handle. All I want to see is another blue candle. So I'm chilling here all day and all night. Bitcoin Bitcoin price, man, you know it's gonna fight. Got the bears and the bulls trying to make a pull. Chilling on the boat, in the front, in the hull. Here we come, to the golden pocket. I don't know if y'all could even spot it, but we got a bearish deal on MCB. That's what I do when I'm chilling out in TV. Pro trading view, going to school, learning to trade. That's what I do every day in spades, in the garden, digging through the dirt. Hope I don't get hurt. Got it on my shoulder with the skirt. Of some rain coming down from the sky. Pumping Bitcoin price, man, it's gonna get high when I'm walking on the treadmill every single day, sitting down at the charts, trying to get paid. Here we go, hitting into the golden pocket. And I just don't know if y'all could spot it, but man, here we come, coming really high. Bitcoin price is trying to fly. Oh!
All right, that's the song I listen to every day when I'm trying to get stoked on these charts. All right, let's get some other music on in here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, guys. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Shout out to Dula John Awana. Thank you so much. Shout out to Diddy83. Shout out to Ishmael Alonzo. Shout out to Tom Starwalker, bullish on the weekly. That's true. Shout out to Dylan Waves, my man. Shout out to DeFi Master. Who is that? That's your boy. That's me. That's me. How do I like using Market Cipher on the ES? I absolutely love it. Market Cipher on the ES. It timed that top beautifully, right? We were looking for the short from the pink line. We wanted to see the bearish divs on the 24-minute time frame and down. And it literally gave us that exactly right into the level. I don't know what I just did here. All right. All right, so guys, I've still got these trades open right now. And if we get the move down, I will be looking to add to a long trade from around this zone right here, 25,500. I think if we dump, I will look to compound the long trade. I'm actually going to add to another trade I got from a similar zone down here. And once again, if we pump up to my target, I will be looking to compound the short trade as well. Let's see what happens. We're going to have to wait and see what the chart looks like as things kind of go, right? If we dump down and we see bullish divergences, big juicy butt cheeks on the left, skinny on the right, like our good friend Dolores from the diner, we know price is going to bounce up like the cigarette smoke, getting higher as price comes down to key support. As we await the news, this chart right here, guys, has all the important levels, right? Screenshot this chart. Screenshot this chart, because these levels are going to give us bounces and rejections, right? We've got confluences out the wazoo, out the wazoo, out the wazoo, out the wazoo. You know what I'm saying? What is this a picture of? What is this? I got all these pictures here. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. My trading plan after FOMC. I just laid out my plan, guys. Make sure to like the video. We got about 1,100 people in here, about 300 likes. If we can get the likes up to 1,000, I'm going to be a very happy man. I'm going to be a very happy man. That would be crazy. Smash up the like, y'all. So, yeah. We've got the chart. We're going to be watching. FOMC is going to, the announcement is going to be made right now in about, let's see, about 35 minutes. And then Jerome Powell is going to start speaking in about half hour after that. All right, so look, if he comes out hawkish, that's going to be good for the dollar. That's going to be bad for Bitcoin. If he comes out hawkish, I believe we will see the dollar break through this level right here. If he comes out dovish, we might see a retracement before we get the next move up on the dollar. If he comes out dovish, we're probably going to see the S&P 500 come back up to the top of its local range here, right? We saw it drop down. It formed a nice looking bottom, potential little higher low, little local change of market structure right there. Oof. Man, what the heck was that? And I do believe if he comes out dovish, we're going to see Bitcoin, get a pump. All right. Let's kind of watch and wait and see what happens here. I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I'm excited. You will like if we do a $500 giveaway. Well, if we get 1,000 likes, then we'll determine whether or not we do a $500 giveaway. Shout out to Martin Eckstein, Ill Edge Shot. I wasn't around the last 2 months. Thank you. Yes, 100,000 subs. God bless you all. I hope I'm good, Alexandre. Shout out to BG. Shout out to Lunar Alpha. All right, let's get some synthwave on up in here. All right, now the market right now, they don't know what to do. If we take a look at, let's take a look real quick at the order flow, right? Let's take a look at the order flow. We can see that traders right now are closing out of their positions. We can see this because the open interest is decreasing, getting lower right here over time. In fact, pretty much since we put in this last little high, traders have been closing out of their positions. So people are kind of easing off the gas before he makes that move. Take a look at, let's take a look at the 4-hour market Cipher B right now. I'll be honest with you guys. If we get a dump, I'm probably gonna have to, I'm gonna have to take a long, because this is looking pretty juicy, man. The 4-hour market Cipher B is looking pretty dang juicy, right? It's looking pretty juicy, like we have some juice to the upside. Even the 1 hour, look at the money flow, has been getting thicker here over time. All right? So I wouldn't be surprised. Whatever move happens first, we might do something like this, or we might do something like this. I wouldn't be surprised if whatever happens when the dust settles, we end up with a surprise move to the upside. Because they're not raising rates. Well, they might. That would be a twist of events. But I think when the dust settles, once we grab either the liquidity from the highs or the liquidity from the lows, I think we're going to get our real move. And I have to say, I'm leaning more bullish based on the daily time frame, right? Based on the bullish divergences that we have on the daily. We even got bullish divergences on the 2-day time frame here, guys, right? Low, lower low, higher low right here, you know? Uneven butt cheek pattern on the 2-day. Here we go. This is the music we're looking for. I just can't help but be bullish on this chart, guys. Right? I cannot help it. Looks pretty bullish, at least in the medium term. I'm not telling anybody what to do, right? I'm not telling anybody what to do. No, no, no. I'm not. Shout out to Lunar Alpha. Shout out to Crypto Crank. Thank you guys for the prayers. I appreciate you. When is the Jay and Carl from the Moon movie coming out? It's coming out very soon, guys.
Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
Alright guys, that movie will be out in theaters very, very soon. We're close to the halving. Of course, we're bullish. Yeah, so we are close to the halving. I am bullish, but I do have to say this, guys, okay? I would not be surprised if we see this thing play out here, okay? Don't be surprised if we see this thing play out. Okay? I'm not saying we're going to come down to test the yearly open, but we very well may come down to test the yearly open, right? Historically speaking, those yearly opens are very, 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 very important levels. Look at this. The yearly open, we can go all the way back to January 2021. The yearly open. Look at how important that yearly open was. We were in a bull market, and in a bull market, the yearly open acts as massive support, right? We formed the yearly open right here, come up, come back down, bounce perfectly from yearly open. 2022, we get the yearly open right here. Look at what happens. We get a move to the downside from that yearly open, a move to the downside about 31%. And then look, we come up, retest the yearly open perfectly, and then we get the next big move down. We can go back to previous yearly opens as well. It gets a little weird when we have the Roni dump, right? Because the Roni dump was really you know, it was a capitulation wick. But when we look at the candle bodies here, yearly open in 2020, we get the move to the upside, boom, we have this capitulation wick. But that level also is acting as support. So right now, in my opinion, we have a really, really important area of support at the yearly open, way down here. And I know, like, I'm not trying to be a bear, I'm not trying to give a scare. You guys know my view. Even if we come down that low, I'm still bullish, but we have to understand that Bitcoin is coming up to the top of a fair value zone, and we're seeing a rejection. And we're seeing a rejection with bearish divergences on the weekly time frame. The Gary Gensler, the dreaded bald-headed Gary Gensler market Cipher B pattern. Gary Gensler's bald head getting balder, getting grayer, smile getting more photoshopped over time. As the price is getting higher into key resistance, it just makes so much sense to me that we would see more follow-through. And man, the Grandmaster plan looks really good to me. And then we can go into the bull market, right? Again, the Grandmaster plan is that, just that. We come down to test the yearly open. We're going to long it up to 2930K, where we get to basically retest the top of this fair value zone. Eventually come down to where Bitcoin's considered undervalued. And to me, this is going to be the buying opportunity of a lifetime, you know? The buying opportunity of a lifetime. Now, here's the one caveat here. There is a green dot printing on market Cipher B. So for my bearish idea to play out, we need to see something like this happen. We need to see this momentum wave kind of find resistance at the 0 line and then come down and make a lower momentum wave. We can't lose this trend on market Cipher B. If market Cipher B on the weekly breaks this trend, I'd get very bullish. But you can look for trends on market Cipher, right? Look at this. We had this trend here. As soon as we broke out of that trend, bam, right? So we have this other trend right here. If we start to break out of this trend, then I will no longer be I will no longer be bearish. I will become bullish. Now this is a very high time frame, guys, so it takes days and weeks for this to play out and stuff, you know what I'm saying? So we don't have to like rush into any kind of ideas here, right? We have plenty of time where if we break out of that trend to say, you know what? I guess we're not going low. Maybe we're going to find support. We could very easily find support somewhere before we come all the way down to that area. But as it stands right now, I have no reason to close my swing short. You know, I have no reason to close it. I've already realized a good profit on it. And so I have no reason to close it out. All right. Alrighty. Alrighty. So let's come back to the low time frames, guys, because we want to be ready for the FOMC. The FOMC decision. I have to say, locally, I think we could get a pump. I don't know. All I know is that I've got these levels marked out, and these levels, guys, these levels are probably going to give us some kind of reaction. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got about almost 1,300 people in here. Only 500 likes. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to the watchers. You know, the watchers from Genesis chapter 6, from the book of Enoch that came down in the days of Jared. Shout out to Flat Smack, who thinks they're going to raise rates. Guys, if you think they're going to raise rates, press 1 in the chat. If you think they're not going to raise rates, press 0. If you think they're going to lower rates, give me a smiley face. How is walking cringe? Some people think walking's cringe. Well, if it's cringe, my friends. I'll tell you what. I enjoy walking. I enjoy walking and trading. I like staying fit and healthy. I recommend a walking desk to everybody. Here's why. You got a desk job, you got a computer job? Well, sitting down all day is killing you slowly, making you sick, making your insulin sensitivity worse, making you fat, making you tired, making your brain foggy. You know, imagine if you could get all that work done and stay healthy, the fluids flowing throughout your body. You know what I'm saying? Lots of energy, lots of focus, cleansing all your lymph nodes and all that lymph system, getting nice and healthy, sleeping like a baby at night. I mean, who wouldn't want to make money doing what they do at their desk job while also staying in good cardiovascular health, lowering your bad blood levels? I mean, it's just a win-win situation. Okay, 20 minutes until Jerome Powell comes out. All right, so it looks like most of you guys say he's not going to raise rates, but some of you think he is gonna. Some of you think he is gonna. Okay. All right, shout out to Frankie Bull. No raise rates. Flipto, he thinks they're going to lower rates, baby. That's what I'd like to see. Crypto Incognito thinks they're going to lower rates. Lane Hughes expecting a huge dump. We had lots of laxatives today, baby. All right, so Design Aspects, he thinks they're going to lower. He thinks they're going to do nothing, and he thinks they're going to raise all at the same time. All at the same time. Shout out to Cooking TV. Shout out to Baby Knee. Shout out to King Caesar. Shout out to Memory Man. Shout out to Tim DS. He says sitting down equals back problems. That's so true. Shout out to Flat Smack. Shout out to Techno Tribe. I love this music. Shout out to Lane Hughes. Shout out to Casual TA Jesus in the chat. He says we have some bullish CBD. Let's check out our bullish CBD. There is bullish CBD here. There is some bullish CBD right in here. Yes, there is. I just don't like the open interest. Let's zoom out a little bit more. Yeah, I don't like the open interest. But yeah, we do have some local bullish CBD here. 18 million down to 16, down to 14, yeah, 4 million. That's not bad, but I don't like the OI. Let's check out, we do see the shorts opening up. All right, we see the shorts opening up here. Potentially, we could be prepping ourselves for a juicy short squeeze, guys. Let's go, baby. Let's pump this Bitcoin straight to 100K. Man, if we get that short squeeze, baby, I've got my take profit set at 29,171 and 30,398.5. I will be realizing lots of juicy profits, guys, if we get a juicy pump in 20 minutes when our good friend Jerome Powell, the man himself, the man with the plan to bring inflation down to 2%. You know what I'm saying? We got a BitBoy green dot. Where's the BitBoy green dot? Shout out to Ben Armstrong, by the way. Shout out to Aaron G. Just trained back. Road to grow, baby. That's so true. You can't beat good old-fashioned bent rows, man. Look at Aaron G's back. Look at that. Look at those lats. Sheesh. Aaron G. Look at that back, bro. Looking juicy. Shout out to Crypto Frontier for the super chat. Keep walking and shilling crypto. That's what we do. Shout out to Jesse Martinez. Praise the Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Shout out to Pike379 from the top of Mount Hermon. They made a pact and they fell, but Bitcoin gonna plump. I like that. Shout out to Casio 28,200. Calling for 28,200. All right, guys, we got about 20 minutes. 20 minutes until our man JP comes out the gate. Until our man JP comes out the gate. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, we're gonna turn on good old coinalyze.net right now. This is CBD for us common folk like myself. right? We're looking here at the open interest. We're looking at the CVD. Let's really, when he comes out, man, Jerome Powell's going to come out. He's going to finally come out, everybody. He's going to finally come out. We got a bit of an ascending triangle. We've also got a bit of a descending triangle. We got an ascending and a descending triangle. Either way, guys, you can tell we're squeezing. We're getting ready for a big squeeze, either a long or a short squeeze. Shout out to CryptoBarry88. God bless you, my man. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. Jerome Powell's absent? Really? Shout out to Flat Smack. Jay Powell just wants to hurry up and get this over with so we can get back to the bar. Jay Powell, this is a public service announcement, my friend. Stop drinking and start walking on the treadmill, man. Can you imagine if Jay Powell giving his speech, reading his papers on a treadmill? Jay Powell could be jacked and juicy. You know what I'm saying? Dip to the moon. Saying, waiting for a big wick to the downside. Yeah, and here's the thing, guys. Once again, this chart right here. Like I said, screenshot this chart, guys. Because these are the levels. These are the levels that Bitcoin is going to be reacting from. Right? We've got these boxes of juice. The green boxes of juice. Anyone in the Casper crew, you know. These green boxes, man, they don't play. They don't play. They're the real deal, these boxes. Shout out to Dylan Silva. Yeshua is king. Amen. Shout out to Shoaib. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name correct. Shout out to Millie. Clean from alcohol 1 year. Congratulations. Jerome Powell's already in a short. Carl from the Moon made some TA and shorts over on ByBit. Really? Interesting. Carl from the Moon is short. Shout out to Eric Wallen in the chat, guys. We are waiting for our friend JP to come out the gate and tell us what we're expecting to hear. He's not going to do anything, but they're still working hard over there at the Fed to keep interest rates, to keep inflation at 2%. Right? Inflation at 2%. We're going to listen to his speech. We're going to see. I do believe that once we get the initial announcement, we're going to see a wild move. We might do something like this. We might do something like this. It would suck if we only did something like that, guys. I'm hoping for more of a move. I'm hoping to come to one of these boxes. Look, we have to understand as well that there's a chance that we don't get a bigger move. Like previous FOMCs haven't been that juicy. So if you're like a crazy kind of person, you know, you could just say that this would be, you know, key level number 1 right down here. 26,874. We might just get that. Who knows? That would be lame if we only got that. And, you know, we also might just slightly take out the high at 27,480. You know. That would be kind of lame, I have to say. I hope we get a bigger move than from these two levels here. I hope we get a bigger move than from these two levels, guys. All right, 15 minutes until the candle of death. Shout out to Greg. His pregnant wife stopped drinking after watching you. I hope you can convert her from Satanism. Greg, I appreciate you, my friend. I don't know if you're serious. Sounds like you're not. Brian H says, I don't think a bigger move is going to happen. Up or down then, says Wild Pony. Well, Wild Pony, I am leaning bullish on this Bitcoin price, okay? But I am expecting short-term volatility. So in the short term, I'm expecting a big move into one of these areas that I have marked out on the chart, and I'm expecting a reaction from one of those areas. And once the dust settles, I'm expecting, honestly, a bigger move to the upside. So we might do something like this, or we might do something like this. But either way, I have to say I'm still leaning a bit more bullish on this chart, and my targets are honestly up around the $29,000 level. And look, guys, keep in mind that everything I am talking through here, I'm talking through the lens of having open positions, right? I've got a plan to trade this price action. And so right now, all my thoughts are based on this plan, which might not be, it might not play out, right? But I'm the kind of guy who likes to plan trades in advance. And if my plans don't play out, they don't play out, okay? But so far, this thing has played out nicely, okay? Short from the high, baby. Short from the high, setup given in advance in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, short from the exact low, setup given in advance. And so I have no reason to distrust the plan until it stops working. That's how I do it. I trade my plans until they stop working, and then I make a new plan. You know, that's how you have to do it. That's how you have to do it. You have to trade your plans until they stop working and then make a new plan. But right now, I'm expecting short-term volatility. We might dump down. If we dump down, I'm looking to compound the long, take profits here. If we pump up, I'm honestly looking to compound the short and take it down to a lower low. That's so far, that is what my plan is, guys. That is the plan. We going down, silly. Okay, we might go down. Hey, I'm macro bearish, right? I'm macro bearish. My plan is to come down low, right? I'm looking to really trade this thing low. But I'm medium-term bullish because you don't just print the uneven butt cheek pattern on market Cipher B on the 4-hour time frame. You don't just print for no reason the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern on the 4-hour market Cipher B and don't expect some kind of follow-through. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So let's see if we can get it. Look, if we dump, I'll be more than happy to hold these shorts down, down, down to Sheol, down to Tartarus. Down to Tartarus. But if we pump, I got my sights set on the targets up and above. Pump into 28.8, then dump. Yep, let's see, Mitchell. I'm kind of feeling that as well, my friend. I'm also kind of feeling that as well. Doesn't matter what the interest rate is. Yes, Ivan, I agree. That's exactly correct, Ivan. It doesn't matter what the interest rate is. It's an excuse for the algorithm to take both sides of liquidity. I agree. That's exactly why we are looking at the charts right now. And that's exactly why we are looking at the charts right now and identifying areas of liquidity, right? Where we can look for that reactionary move. All right, guys, 10 minutes until the news comes out. How do you know which price we will stop? We got to be looking at our indicators along the way. So we're going to be looking at market Cipher here. We're going to be on a lower time frame as well. And honestly, look at this, right? You could see, even right now, that we're being primed to get a reaction from these levels, right? You can see that we're being primed to get a reaction from these levels because we're squeezing together, right? We're squeezing together. Now, I do not recommend anybody trade during this. I do not recommend trading during this because trading during these news things is dangerous, all right? If you're not already in a trade, I can only say, if you are going to be entering a trade when this news comes out, may the Lord have mercy upon your portfolio because, look, this is risky business. We're just here to watch the price action. We're here to paper trade this. This ain't no financial advice. We're just here. I enjoy price action. I enjoy looking at charts. I get pure joy, therapy to me to watch the price move. Right? You know you're meant to be a trader when you enjoy charts, when you dream about pulling out fibs, when you dream about 618 Ether rejecting you, and it makes you happy because you know you have a good short trade from the 618 golden pocket. You know you're meant to be a trader. But all right, 9 minutes, guys. 9 minutes. We're going to be keeping our eyes on the chart, man. 9 minutes. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Quicker. Shout out to DG. Pulling my fib out in public again. Well, when you got TradingView on your phone, you can pull it out. The pump song is a bad omen. I mean, if you mark it in 75x with good risk, I mean, here's the thing. You guys do whatever you want. I'm not here to say whatever, okay? I'm not here. If I don't, no. All right, shout out to Ali Sona. Gonna pump the price for us. What do I think the first move is going, up or down? I do not know, and I do not care, right? All I know and all I care is that these are the levels that we need to be aware of. Shout out to XVodka23. Shout out to Gary. Shout out to Cozy Babe with the Keck. Shout out to Frankie Bull. 618 is a savage. Shout out to Dariaz. He says, God bless you. Look, if we can get 1,500 likes on the video, we'll do a giveaway. A year free of the Casper Crew Discord. A free year of the Casper Crew VIP Discord where you get access to multiple daily live streams a day, where we give our trade setups every single day. Like the long trade that we're in right now from the exact bottom. If everyone likes the video right now, here we go. All right. Some people are saying we're going to go to a 30K Bitcoin soon. Shout out to Sudeep. Come on, Dolores. 5 minutes, guys, until we get this crazy move. Shout out to Aziz. He says, shout out my name. Shout out to Miguel. How to participate in the draw. We'll just do a random, name picker. We'll do a random name picker. There's no music, huh? Dang. There's no music, huh? You know what happened? There was an error with my streaming software. Let's see if... Dang. Yeah, there's been an error, it looks like, with my streaming software here, guys. And unfortunately, the music's not coming through. Let's see if I can't fix it real quick. See if I can't fix it. All right. Dang, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get the music back unless I restart the stream. That's a bummer, man. That's a bummer, but that's okay. We're going to keep the energy high up in here as we are preparing for, in 4 minutes, we are going to see this massive move. 4 minutes and counting. Shout out to Pasternak88. It's a super fast move down. What's a good support level? These two zones right here, my friend. If we get a super fast move down, 26.6 area and then 26.3 area are the areas to look for a quick bounce. And if we get a fast move up, I would say 27.7, 27.8. The Fibonacci golden pocket retracement right up in here is the good area. All right. Now, of course, I would never recommend trading during FOMC. I would never recommend trading in FOMC. Let's see if we can't. Dang, I was hoping I could fix the music. All right. 2 minutes, guys. Here we go. Get ready, because all craziness is about to ensue. Oh, man. Here we go. Here we go. 1 minute left. 1 minute. Guys, if you think we're going to get a big pump, push 1 in the chat. If you think we're going to get a big dump, push 2 in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Coons. He's trading, he has his stop losses and his take profit set. That's what you got to do, guys. If you are trading this price action, if you're in trades, make sure to have your stop losses and your take profits set, as we are 1 minute away from this juicy move. I don't even know if I can handle it, guys. We got about 200 people in the chat. We got our trades open. We got our levels set. We're waiting for Bitcoin to come to these boxes. Play the music through my speakers. I tried to do it, man, but I have a noise gate on. All right, people think we're going to dump. Some people think we're going to pump. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? You guys ready for this? I'm ready for this. All right, let's watch. Let's watch and wait. All right, it's 2 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. And they did not raise interest rates. Interest rates have stayed the exact same. They have stayed the exact same. And we are getting a big old blue candle, baby. A big old blue candle. Let's watch and see what's happening right here on the order flow chart. We are getting a blue candle. We actually had a few shorts open right into the announcement. Maybe we're going to squeeze these shorts. Let's see. We've got our levels marked on the chart. Come on, baby. Come on. Getting a purple candle right now. Oh, we're getting a big dump. Big dump down yonder. Okay, 1 minute time frame. Come on, baby. Oof. We are dumping down, baby. Okay. We got some purple. Now remember, if we break down from this channel, guys, it's probable that we come down and grab all this liquidity. All right, our first zone is going to be 26,874. 26,874. All right, this level right here is the first level we need to watch if we dump for a potential bounce. But honestly, we're hoping for lower. We're hoping if we get a drop down that we come down to our area of support right around 26,623. All right, interest rates are the same. We're going to check the dollar quick. What's the dollar doing? The dollar's pumping, baby. Dollar's getting a little move to the upside right now. Look at that big blue candle on the DXY, baby. The DXY pumping like a wild woman in distress. Running through the wilderness with a laundry basket on her head. Looking like Janet Yellen. All right, the dollar's pumping, guys. Bitcoin not doing very much. Bitcoin now starting to get a little bit of a move to the upside. Here's the thing, guys. We have a bullish divergence right now on Bitcoin. We have a bullish divergence on Bitcoin. We just came down. 1 minute time frame. We got a big old momentum wave coming through here. Let's see if this amounts to something. We got a 1 minute bull div right now. 1 minute bull div. Let's check out the order flow. What's happening live? We got a few shorts opening up. Nothing too crazy, guys. We pretty much just wrecked a lot of longs on that candle, and we have a few shorts opening up. Now again, the real volatility is going to start in half an hour when Jerome Powell opens up his gums and they start flapping away. All right, they start flapping away. Okay, here we go, baby. We're going to pump. Remember, our target's to the upside, $30,000. But before we hit our target to the upside, we're looking at 27.8. 27.8. So far, not much is happening, but we're waiting for the volatility to come in, baby. We're waiting for the volatility when Jerome Powell speaks. Honestly, I'm hoping to hit my TPs on the long trade. Let's see if we can't pump it up to 30K. Shout out to Nathan Sherwood. He says dump. Shout out to Walter. He says Yeshua, Jesus is coming back soon. Shout out to Theo Cal 420. Shout out to DG. Shout out to Soil Food Web Warrior Nothing Burger. Well, you know how it is, guys. A lot of times we see these FOMC announcements and they turn out to have a delayed effect. Here we go, baby. 1 minute bullish divergence starting to play out. We're still holding the channel. This is actually looking kind of nice. Look at that bullish divergence here. Actually, that's not a bullish divergence on the 6 minute. I take that back, guys. Come on, Bitcoin. Do something. Do something. We want a massive move into one of our boxes. These boxes are going to be where we get that reaction from. We might have to wait until JP comes out to speak. He's going to come out to speak any minute now. He's going to come out in about 27 minutes, and he's going to be telling us exactly what he thinks. If he is hawkish, we could see us dump down to the boxes. I hope he comes out a little bit dovish, guys. Let's see. Keeping our eyes on Bitcoin. The dollar right now getting a pump. This is bearish for Bitcoin. This is the 20-minute time frame. The dollar right now up in the last candle. 0.38%. Can you even believe that? 0.38%. Sheesh. That is absolutely insane. Shout out to Double Does 100x on my 0.00001 Bitcoin. He's going to be rich, baby. 21 likes required for a giveaway. That's true. We get 1,000 likes, we will do a giveaway. We'll give away a year free of the Casper Crew VIP Discord. That's a really good value. Do I know about Bricken? I don't know what that is. All right, the ES is taking a dump. We are going to check out the S&P 500 right now. The dollar's getting a pump. We're going to check out the ES. ES getting another dump. Okay, here we go. Now, you guys know I am bearish on the ES. My overall target is actually down around the Fibonacci golden pocket right here. I'm expecting a fake out of a head and shoulders. A fake out of a head and shoulders where we get something like this. That's what I'm expecting overall on the S&P 500. All right. As we await Jerome Powell to open his mouth, we are starting to see a little bit of weakness here. We are starting to see some shorts opening up here. This is not a good place, in my opinion, to open a trade. The reason why is because we are at fair value, right? This yellow line, this is the VWAP. The VWAP is the volume weighted average price. It is the fairest price that you could possibly have for all of Bitcoin. And so it's never a good idea to take a trade at the VWAP. It's never a good idea to take a trade at the VWAP. However, you could make the case that we have a bullish divergence here. We have shorts opening up underneath the VWAP. That's usually not the most bearish thing in the world. We've got money flow getting thick. And in approximately 20 minutes, Jerome Powell is going to be speaking. So let's see if we hit into one of our zones, guys. If we hit into one of our zones here on Bitcoin. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. First level to the upside for me, 27,480. If we get a CDW here, look for a rejection. First level to the downside, 26,874. Get a fake out, look for a move back up. And then, of course, we're looking toward our boxes, Zone 1 and Zone 2. Zone 1 and Zone 2, above and below. As above, so below. All right, we got 1,000 likes. God bless you all. We are going to be doing a giveaway at the end of this stream, guys. After Jerome Powell speaks, we will be giving away a year-long membership to the Casper Crew VIP Discord. Shout out to Sue Deep in the chat. Part of the Candle Mafia. Shout out to Frankie Candles. Shout out to Merryman. He says we're going to dump. Big move will happen tomorrow, says Hash Rana. Well, it is a Wednesday. It is a Wednesday, and typically on Wednesdays, we put in the weekly high and the weekly low. Typically on Wednesdays, we put in that weekly high and or that weekly low, baby. So let's see what happens. A big move is brewing right now. A big move is brewing. It's brewing. People are closing out their trades. They're waiting for JP to speak. They're waiting for Jerome Powell to open up his mouth. He's going to start talking soon. We got about 20 minutes until JP comes on. What ExoChart template am I looking at? It's a custom template. Shout out to Southpaw in the chat. Shout out to Crypto Profeta. Shout out to MM Flipto. Says your Discord is worth more than $1,000. I agree, but I'm biased. All right. Shout out to Daniel from Croatia. Shout out to Joe Brown. Shout out to Big G. Shout out to Tibor Kako. He says soon or later. I think soon, because Jerome Powell's got the sauce, baby. JP's got the sauce. And when he starts a talking, Bitcoin starts a walking. When JP starts a talking, Bitcoin starts a walking. Now it's just a waiting game. Now it's just a waiting game. It will pump to 32,000. Man, if we do, I cannot even tell you how much I would love that. I cannot even tell you how much I would love that. That would be amazing. If we pump to 32K today. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? That would be absolutely insane. Shout out to Crispy209. All right, here we go, baby. Here we go. All right. While we're waiting, I'm going to see if I can find I'm going to see if I can't find the Jerome Powell video so we can listen to what he says when he comes on. All right, I've got it pulled up here. All right, guys, we are waiting for Jerome Powell to come on. He's going to tell us what to do. He's going to say long, short. He's going to give us the stop loss and the TP all at once, guys. All at once. In approximately 20 minutes, our man JP is going to come out the gate. He's going to come out the gate. All right. I do have to say, this candle right here, this is the 12-minute candle. It does look a little bit ominous. It does look a little bit ominous. Let's look at the first 10-minute candle that we closed after the news came out. That first 10-minute candle just closed, guys. It was a purple doji. Money flow is coming out of Bitcoin. The S&P 500 is getting a little bit of a move to the downside right here, guys. The dollar, as we know, getting that move to the upside. I really think we're going to see things continue to develop once JP comes out the gate and he starts talking. He starts talking at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, which is in approximately 18 minutes now, actually, 18 minutes. Let's check out the order flow. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. What are traders doing? They're closing out of positions. People are very uncertain. They want to hear what Jerome Powell has to say. They want to hear what JP has to say. So JP will give the stop loss. Yes, he will. Who let the dogs out? JP, baby. The Spaghetti Yeti, Big JP. In the place to be, baby. Will there be sound? Oh, crap. There won't be sound. You're right. Huh. Huh. Why the 10-minute time frame? Because I want to see, the news came out at exactly 2 o'clock. So let's see how the first 10-minute candle did. That kind of gives us a little feel for what's going to happen. All right. Thor thinks he can ban VIP people in Discord. He can. If you're not following the rules in the Discord, you're going to be banned, LM. That's just the way it is, my friend. If Bitcoin drops, does it make a sound? I don't know, but here's the thing. I can do it from mobile, all right? I can do it from mobile. I can't restart the stream. I won't be able to restart the stream. We'll have to do it from mobile. All right, let's see here. I have to give my interpretation word for word. I'll read his lips. I'll read Jerome Powell's lips. We'll play the video and stream the audio from mobile. All right, I'll be streaming it from mobile, guys. Let's just make sure that'll work. Let me make sure that'll work. All right, we're going to play something and see if that will work.
I don't know. In terms of technicals, I would say you got a good shot at those areas. Maybe you got a good shot.
So, Evanaldo right now.
In terms of a lot of other things, don't know.
Sounds like it works. Sounds like it works.
TXY, silver.
All right, cool. Yeah, we'll be streaming JP. And in the meantime, let's see if we can't get some music on here. Do you guys hear that? Let me know if this sounds horrible. This sound horrible. Let me know. How does this sound? Let me know in the chat. Good or bad? Okay, bad. All right, bad. Crap. All right. It sounds crap. Don't worry. I'm sure that Jerome Powell's voice will be better. All right, Jerome Powell's voice will be better, guys. It's all good. We got about 15 minutes until our man JP comes on. We're watching the Bitcoin price. We are holding trades, guys. We are trading our plans, our swing trading plan right here, looking to take profit, looking for a pump up to 30K, baby. Shout out to Tommy Bro. He says laggy. It's not the best. Absolutely horrible. Terrible, says Rooster. Dreadful. Okay, we're not going to do that, guys. We're not going to do that. It sounds like click track. Okay, horrible, says Spartan Trading. Shout out to Spartan Wrestler, by the way. Shout out to Spartan Trading. Shout out to Mitchell Seiberg. Terrible. Shout out to It's Geo. Horrible. Should I sing? All right. Really bad. An ice pick in the air. Okay. All right. All right. It's all good, guys. It's all good. The voice is going to be all right. The voice is going to be all right. As we await 14 minutes for JP to come out, we're going to get some volatility. And honestly, we're here for the volatility. We're here for the volatility. That is what we are here for. All right, that is what we are here for. All right, we're starting actually to get a pretty big move to the upside right now. We've got a 1-minute candle on Bitcoin pumping up like crazy. We got about 13 minutes until JP speaks. So we're starting to get a big move. Let's see what's happening here. Nothing too much to write home about. I definitely would not write a letter. I wouldn't spend money on the stamp. I might send my mom a text. I definitely wouldn't write home. I definitely wouldn't write home. The pump song a cappella. Oh my goodness, that would be awful, my friend. That would be awful. Let's see if I can't actually, interesting. Interesting. Okay, check this out, guys. Check this out. I think I found a way around it. I think I found a way around it. Nah, I didn't find a way around it. Dang. All right, never mind. Never mind. You can hear the roosters in the background all the time, but not something put to the mic. You guys hear the roosters now? Shout out to Zero Emotions. Shout out to Kamala Rab. What is the Fed saying? Well, we'll find out, guys. In about 10 minutes, Jerome Powell is going to come out, and we're going to watch Bitcoin as it pumps to one of these levels right here. As it pumps to one of these levels right here. Or dumps to one of these levels right here. Sing Carolina on my mind. That's a good one. That is a good one, guys. Alrighty. When's something going to happen, Dread Mining? I believe something will happen in about 11 minutes when Jerome Powell comes out the gate and he starts talking about whether or not he thinks that we're getting inflation under control. He's either going to be dovish or he's going to be hawkish. Right? He's either going to be dovish or hawkish. So we're going to have to wait and see. Can I do ropes so good? Rose is so good. Hopefully dump and pump. That's what I want too, Dread Mining. I want Bitcoin to dump down into like this zone right here and then pump. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. I'm actually going to compound one of my long trades. I'm going to compound one of my longs. All right. Let's see. Pretty soon, guys. We're going to watch JP. Mikester says break down to the golden pocket around 25K, then chickens drinking water, and then back to the golden pocket at 29K. That would be quite nice, my friend. We do have a weekly level right on the 618 at 25.8. So yeah, let's see. This is also a key level. But if we're going to come all the way down here, I would actually want to come down to 25.5. So if you're looking at 25.5 as the Coinbase golden pocket, actually, wow. Yeah, let's... Oh, wait a second, no. What golden pocket? We've already kind of hit the golden pocket. We have a golden pocket right here at 25.8. Man, look at these bearish divs on the 1 hour, though. We've got about 10 minutes until Jerome Powell speaks, guys. We are going to break. This is going to break, all right? This is absolutely going to break. We're going to see a big move. We're going to see a big liquidity grab here. All right? Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, JP. Give us the moves. Give us the moves. All right, he's about to speak, guys. He's about to speak. He's going to say a whole lot of nothing. Yeah, but he's going to say some stuff, man. It's going to push the price. Divine Hood says it's surprising we haven't done more. Maybe that's good because the summary was more hawkish than before. Interesting. The summary was more hawkish than before. I didn't even check it out. Subtitles for JP. I think we're just going to pump him through the phone. It'll be a little bit tinny. What's a bearish pocket? I don't know. I never heard of a bearish pocket. Shout out to Ken. Thank you. God bless you, Ken. Thank you for the kind words, my friend. Thank you for the kind words. Symmetrical triangle, okie dokie, wreck the longs, wreck the shorts, and then breakout. That's what I'm talking about, Spartan trading. Wreck the longs, wreck the shorts, and then breakout. Dump, pump, and then, yeah, breakout. Let's do it, baby. Let's go. Come on. Can I stream the live stream? I can stream the live stream, but unfortunately, because I hit the wrong button here, I destroyed my audio. Let's see if I... Alrighty. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. Things are crazy, guys. We got the treadmill sound in the background now. Can you even believe what's going on? Check. All right, we're back. No laptop, no treadmill sound anymore. But man, this is some crazy stuff, huh, guys? All right, we've got about 6 minutes until Jerome Powell is going to give the speech. All right, here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. All right, let's check the dollar. Let's check the DXY, baby. All right. Remember, guys, if the dollar rejects here, Bitcoin's going to pump. All right, so 5 minutes until JP speaks. If the dollar starts to dump, we can expect Bitcoin's going to pump. And the dollar is getting a little bit of a move to the downside here, guys. It's getting a little bit of a move to the downside here. Shout out to everybody who liked the video. Dollar holla, baby. All right, here we go. The DXY is going to start to dump. We're going to see Bitcoin start to pump, baby. 5 minutes until Jerome Powell starts to speak. Oh, nice. We could get the captions in here too. All right. I'll be the sign language guy. So we need to keep our eyes on the dollar, guys. The dollar is starting to get a move down as Jerome Powell is gearing up for his speech, baby. All right. Bitcoin is starting to get a little pump as JP is gearing up for his speech. We are going to see, are we going to hit our take profits, baby? S&P moving up, Bitcoin moving up. Lolo says dump and pump, shake and bake. I hope so. I hope so. I hope so. All right, get ready, guys, because in 4 minutes, our man Jerome Powell is going to be speaking. And right now on the Bitcoin chart, let's check out the order flow. What are traders doing? They're not doing much of anything, to be honest with you guys. We got a few longs opening up and shorts closing out. We're waiting for the real move. When JP opens his mouth, things are going to get crazy up in here. They're going to get absolutely wild and insane. I'm hoping we get, honestly, if I had to hope, I would really hope that we do this. I would hope to do that. I hope to do that, guys. Also, I wouldn't mind to do this. Either one of those. Either one of those. Come on, baby. The whales are waiting for the hype to pass. Will he sound like a Charlie Brown teacher? Yes, of course. Of course. The ES dumped hard. Did the ES dump hard? ES ain't doing much of nothing right now. It did dump hard. It's reclaiming. It's coming back up. And the dollar is getting to move back down. And Bitcoin is just printing a doji in the apex of this triangle. We are getting ready for a pretty, in my opinion, a pretty massive move to start here. I think we're getting ready for a pretty extreme move right now. Ten-year bonds are falling. From zone 1 to zone 6, Gucci Mane. Shout out to MN Fresh Start. Shout out to Sue Deep. He says the ES 4444. That would be awesome. If the ES dumps all the way down to 4444. I'm hoping for a larger move down. Let's see. Let's see if Sue Deep's correct. We're going to mark the Sue Deep level right here. Bam. We're going to mark that level. All right, guys. 1 minute until JP comes out. One minute. We're going to watch the charts. We're going to listen on the phone. Alrighty. He's about to start, guys. He's a little bit late. Here we go. All right. They're still playing the corny music. All right, here we go. I've got a bit of a delay here.
My colleagues and I remain squarely focused on our dual mandate to promote is causing.
Looks like, what the heck, man?
Price stability is the responsibility of the Federal Reserve. Without price stability, the economy does not work for anyone. In particular, without price stability, we will not achieve a sustained period of strong labor market conditions that benefit all. Since early last year, the FOMC has significantly tightened the stance of monetary policy. We've raised our policy interest rate by 5.25 percentage points and have continued to reduce our securities holdings at a brisk pace. We've covered a lot of ground, and the full effects of our tightening have yet to be felt. Today, we decided to leave our policy interest rate unchanged and to continue to reduce our securities holdings. Looking ahead, we are in a position to proceed carefully in determining the extent of additional policy firming that may be appropriate. Our decisions will be based on our ongoing assessments of the incoming data and the evolving outlook and risks. I will have more to say about monetary policy after briefly reviewing economic developments.
That was the sign language.
Recent indicators suggest that economic
Here we
activity
go, baby.
has been expanding at a solid pace. And so far this year, growth in real GDP has come in above expectations. Recent readings on consumer spending have been particularly robust. Activity in the housing sector has picked up somewhat, though it remains well below levels of a year ago, largely reflecting higher mortgage rates. Higher interest rates also appear to be weighing on business fixed investment. In our Summary of Economic Projections, or SEP, committee participants revised up their assessments of real GDP growth, with the median for this year now at 2.1%.
Let's go, baby.
Participants expect growth to cool, with the median projected falling to 1.5% next year. The labor market remains tight, but supply and demand conditions continue to come into better balance. Over the past 3 months, payroll job gains averaged 150,000 jobs per month, a strong pace that is nevertheless well below that seen earlier in the year. The unemployment rate ticked up in August, but remains low at 3.8%.
Kind of dovish, man.
The labor force participation rate has moved up since late last year.
Yeah, we know
particularly
CJ. He
for
just reads what the elites say,
individuals
but you
aged
know.
25 to 54 years.
Here we go, baby.
Nominal wage growth has shown some signs of easing, and job vacancies have declined so far this year.
Here we go.
Although the jobs to workers gap has narrowed, labor demand still exceeds the supply of available workers. FOMC participants expect the rebalancing in the labor market to continue, easing upward pressures on inflation. The median unemployment rate projection in the SEP rises from 3.8% at the end of this year to 4.1% over the next 2 years. Inflation remains well above our 2%. Data, we estimate that total PCE prices rose 4%.
All right.
Ending in August, and that excluding food and energy categories, where PCE prices rose 3.9%. Inflation is moderating somewhat since the middle of last year, and inflation expectations appear to remain well anchored.
He sounds like he's kind of dovish, guys. And I know the audio is really bad here, so I'm just gonna quit playing it right now for right now. But I think he's coming out the gate a little bit dovish here. And it looks like we're starting to get a move up right now. We have a lot of longs opening up. We literally had 3 million longs opening up right here in this candle. So let's see what happens. We got 3 million longs coming in. Let's see what happens here. We're looking for a big move either up or down. Let's see if we can't get a big move up right into that first zone, right? That first zone. That first zone. Come on, we need that big candle. Come on, JP. Give us the big candle. Give us the big candle. Should we put Powell back on, guys? Do you want to hear Powell? Or should we just watch the price action? Let me know in the chat. If you want to hear Jerome Powell, press 1. If you want to just watch the price action only, press 2. Because I've got some audio issues here. We're coming back to the top of this resistance. Money flow is getting thick, guys. I think we can get a pretty significant pump here. I think we can get a pretty significant pump here. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. All right, it's pretty equal. It's pretty equal. All right, a lot of people want to hear JP. We're going to play JP. All right, we're going to play Jerome Powell.
In our SEP, FOMC participants room down their individual assessments of an appropriate path for the federal funds rate based on what each participant judges to be most likely. The most likely scenario going forward. If the economy evolves as projected, the median participant projects that the appropriate level of the federal funds rate will be 5.6% at the end of this year, 5.1% at the end of 2024, and 3.9% at the end of 2025. Compared with our June summary of economic projections, the median projection is unrevised for the end of this year, but has moved up by a 0.5 percentage point at the end of the next 2 years. These projections, of course, are not a committee's decision or plan. If the economy does not evolve as projected, the path of policy will adjust as appropriate to foster our maximum employment and price stability goals. We will continue to make our decisions meeting by meeting based on the totality of the incoming data and their implications for the outlook for economic activity and inflation, as well as the balance of risks. Given how far we have come, we are in a position to proceed carefully as we assess the incoming data and the evolving outlook and risks. Real interest rates now are well above mainstream estimates of the neutral policy rate, but we are mindful of the inherent uncertainties in precisely gauging the stance of policy. We're prepared to raise rates further if appropriate, and we intend to hold policy at a restrictive level until we're confident that inflation is moving down sustainably toward our objective. In determining the extent of additional policy firming that may be appropriate to return inflation to 2% over time, the committee will take into account the cumulative tightening of monetary policy, the lags with which monetary policy affects economic activity and inflation, and economic and financial developments. We remain committed to bringing inflation back down to our 2% goal and to keeping longer-term inflation expectations well anchored. Restoring price stability is essential to set the stage for achieving maximum employment and stable prices over the longer run. To conclude, we understand that our actions affect communities, families, and businesses across the country. Everything we do is in service to our public mission. We at the Fed will do everything we can to achieve our maximum employment and price stability goals. Thank you, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you. Colby Smith with the Financial Times. What makes the committee inclined to think that the Fed funds rate at this level is not yet sufficiently restrictive, especially when officials are forecasting a slightly more benign inflation outlook for this year? There's noted uncertainty about policy lags. Headwinds have emerged from the looming government shutdown, the end of federal childcare funding, resumption of student debt payments, things of that nature.
So I guess I would characterize the situation a little bit differently. So we decided to maintain the target range for the federal funds rate where it is at 5.25% to 5.5%, while continuing to reduce our securities holdings. And we say we're committed to achieving and sustaining a stance of monetary policy that's sufficiently restrictive to bring down inflation to 2% over time. We said that. But the fact that we decided to maintain the policy rate at this meeting doesn't mean that we've decided that we have or have not at this time reached that stance of monetary policy that we're seeking. If you looked at the SEP, as you obviously will have done, you will see that a majority of participants believe that it is more likely than not that it will be appropriate for us to raise rates one more time in the 2 remaining meetings this year. Others believe that we have already reached that. So it's something where we're not making a decision by deciding to about that question, by deciding to just maintain the rate and await further data.
So right now it's still an open question of sufficiently restrictive. You're not saying today that we've reached this level.
Bitcoin taking a dump, baby.
Clearly, what we decided to do is maintain the policy rate and await further data. We want to see convincing evidence, really, that we have reached the appropriate level, and we're seeing progress, and we welcome that. But we need to see more progress before we'll be willing to reach that conclusion.
And just on the 2024 projections, what's behind that shallower path for interest rate cuts and the need for real rates to be 50 basis points higher?
Right. So I would say it this way. First of all, real interest rates are positive now. They're meaningfully positive. And that's a good thing. We need a policy to be restrictive so that we can get inflation down to target. Okay. And we're going to need that to remain to be the case for some time. So I think, remember that of course, the SEP is not a plan that is negotiated or discussed really as a plan. It's accumulation really. And what you see are the medians. It's accumulation of individual forecasts from 19 people. And then what you're seeing are the medians. So I wouldn't want to, bestow upon it the idea that it's really a plan. But what it reflects, though, is that economic activity has been stronger than we expected, stronger than I think everyone expected. And so what you're seeing is this is what people believe as of now will be appropriate to achieve what we're looking to achieve, which is progress toward our inflation goal, as you see in the SEP.
Thanks. Let's go to Rachel.
Hi, Chair Powell. Rachel Siegel from the Washington Post. Thanks for taking our questions. How would you characterize the debate around another hike or holding
Shout out to
steady?
Jeff
The discussion
Bezos.
around
Don't forget, we created
rate
80% of all the
hikes,
dollars created in the
leaning
last year.
towards- Could you walk us through what this disagreement was about at the meeting?
Yeah. So the proposal at the meeting was to maintain our current policy stance, and I think there was obviously unanimous support for that. But this, of course, is an SEP meeting, and so people write down what they think. And you have some. You saw, I think, 7 wrote down no hike at this meeting, or between now and the end of the year, and I think 12 wrote down another single hike in one of the next 2 meetings that we have between the end of the year. So it wasn't like we were arguing over that. People just stating their positions. And really, what people are saying is, let's see how the data come in. We want to see. What we want to see. We want to see that these good inflation readings that we've been seeing for the last 3 months. We want to see that it's more than just 3 months, right? We want to see, the labor market report that we received, the last one that we received, was a good example of what we
ES
do.
has a bulletin on half hour.
A combination of this, of across a broad range of indicators, continuing a rebalancing of the labor market.
Let's see something crazy.
Those are the 2 things. Those are our 2 mandate variables, and that's the progress that we want to see. But I think people, they want to be convinced.
I have not
they want to be careful
taken any trades, James.
not to jump to a conclusion really one way or the other.
I have not taken any scalps during this whole little thing here. No, I have not.
That conclusion, and that's why.
Check the 1 hour MCB.
Given how far we've come and how quickly we've come, we're actually in a position to be able to proceed carefully as we assess the incoming data and the evolving outlooks and risks, and make these decisions.
Looks ambiguous.
And in your view, I know nothing has been decided yet, but what would one more hike at the end of the year do to the economy or to inflation? And on the other side, what would no hike do, if you could sort of game that out for us?
So, you can make the argument that one hike one way or the other won't matter, but for us, we're trying, obviously as a group, it's a pretty tight cluster of where we think that policy stance might be, but we're always going to be learning from data. We've learned all through the course of the last year that actually we needed to go further than we had thought. If you go back a year and what we wrote down,
you added a smidge to a short trade mining.
So
I'm not touching this, man. I'm not touching this thing until we come to one of my boxes.
We're in a position to proceed carefully at this point.
I'm not touching this thing until we come to one of my zones, man.
Pretty quickly.
So I'm hoping that JP will hurry up and say something
close, we think,
like
to where
aliens have invaded and I'm raising interest rates. 75 million BTS,
I
baby.
wouldn't attribute huge importance to one hike in macroeconomic terms. Nonetheless, we need to get to a place where we're confident that we have a stance that will bring inflation down to 2% over time. That's what we need to get to, and we've been moving toward it. As we've gotten closer to it, we've slowed the pace at which we've moved. I think that was appropriate. And now that we're getting closer, we have the ability to proceed carefully.
Let's see.
CNBC. Mr. Chairman, I want to return to Volker's question here. What is it saying about the committee's view of the inflation dynamic in the economy that you achieved the same forecast inflation rate for next year, but need another 0.5 point of the funds rate on it? Does it tell you that Does it tell us
We
that
have
the
a lot of
committee
shorts
believes
that shorted
inflation
this
to be more
low, guys.
persistent,
We might get a
requires
pump,
more
baby.
medicine effectively? And I guess a related question is,
3
if
million
you're going to
shorts shorted
project
right here, and they're
a
currently
fund
at their
rate
entry.
above the longer
They're
run
at their
rate
entry.
for 4 years in a row, at what point do we start to think, hey, maybe the longer rate or the neutral rate is actually higher? Thank you.
So I guess I would point more to, rather than pointing to a sense of inflation having become more persistent, I wouldn't think that's not, we've seen inflation be more persistent over the course of the past year, but I wouldn't say that's something that's appeared in the recent data. It's more about stronger economic activity, I would say. So if I had to attribute one thing, again, we're picking medians here and trying to attribute one explanation, but I think broadly, stronger economic activity means rates. We have to do more with rates, and that's what that meaning is telling you. In terms of what the neutral rate can be, you know, we know it by its works. We only
Come on, JP. Come on, JP. Why you got to cut out on me like that? Come on. Come on, 5G internet. You know, I'm frying my brain. I'm frying my balls on this 5G.
The neutral rate has risen. You do see people. You don't see the median moving, but you do see people raising their estimates of the neutral rate, and it's certainly plausible that the neutral rate is higher than the longer run rate. Remember, what we write down in the SEP is the longer run rate. It is certainly possible that that the neutral rate at this moment is higher than that, and that's part of the explanation for why the economy has been more resilient than expected.
Howard Schneider with Reuters. Thank you. So you've said several times that the economy needed a period of below trend growth to get inflation consistently back to 2%. You kind of get that in 2024, a little bit. 1.5% is just a touch below what's the estimate of potential. So the fact that you're getting so much done at so much less cost, does that represent a change in how you think inflation works, a change in how you think the economy works, a change in the mix of supply healing versus demand destruction that's necessary to achieve this?
Yes, of course, it is a good thing that we've seen now meaningful rebalancing in the labor market without an increase in unemployment, and that's because we're seeing that rebalancing in other places, in, for example, job openings, and in the jobs worker gap. You're also seeing supply side things, so that's happening.
Dollar pumping.
I would say
S&P
though,
dumping.
I still
Bitcoin
think,
looked like
and I
it's gonna
think
dump.
broadly, people still think that there'll have to be
We got
some
shorts opening
softening
up.
in the labor market that can come through more supply, as we've seen as well. Also, remember the natural rate we think is coming down, which is a supply side thing, so that the gap between any given unemployment rate that's lower than that and the natural rate comes down. That's a way for supply. That's a way for the labor market to achieve a better balance. So all of those things are happening. You're right. In the median forecast, we don't see a big increase in unemployment.
Here
we
we
do
go.
see an increase.
Here we go. Come on.
But that really is just playing forward the trends that we've been seeing. That is not guaranteed. There may come a time when unemployment goes up more than that, but that's really what we've been seeing, is progress without higher unemployment for now.
So just to boil that down for a second, we've gone from a very narrow path to a soft landing to something different. Would you call the soft landing now a baseline expectation?
No. I would not do that. I would just say, what would I say about that? I've always thought that the soft landing was a plausible outcome, that there was a path really to a soft landing. I've thought that, and I've said that since we lifted off. It's also possible that the path is narrowed and it's widened. Apparently, ultimately, this may be decided by factors that are outside our control at the end of the day. But I do think it's possible, and I also think this is why we're in a position to move carefully again. That we will restore price stability. We know that we have to do that, and we know the public depends on us doing that. And we know that we have to do it so that we can achieve the kind of labor market that we all want to achieve, which is an extended period, sustained period of strong labor market.
Come on,
conditions
Bitcoin.
that
Come on. Give
benefit.
us a big move, baby.
We know that.
Give us a big
The
move,
fact that
baby.
we've come this far lets us really proceed carefully, as I keep saying. So I think, that's the end we're trying to achieve. I wouldn't want to handicap the likelihood of it, though.
All right. Well, if we dump, guys, if we dump, I am holding the shorts. I'm holding a few shorts. I'm holding this short here.
Chair Powell, both you and Vice Chair Williams have indicated that sufficiently
I'm still in that short from yesterday.
rather than nominal basis, implying some scope for nominal rate
Over
cuts
in
next
Big
year,
X.
provided further compelling evidence.
So let's see what happens here.
The price
Come on.
pressures will continue to subside.
If we dump,
Is
man,
the
I welcome the
FOMC
dump. Come on.
focused on targeting a real level of policy restriction? And can you explain what would constitute enough evidence that will allow the FOMC to normalize the nominal stance of
Shout out to
policy
Big Butts
while
28.
keeping real policy settings sufficiently restrictive?
I mean, yes, we understand that it's a real rate.
There's
that
a
will
baby
matter
grasshopper.
and it needs to be sufficiently restrictive. And again, I would say, sufficiently restrictive only when you see it. It's not something you can arrive at with confidence in a model or in various estimates, And so what are we seeing? We're seeing, through a combination of the unwinding of the pandemic-related demand and supply distortions and monetary policies work in
Shout out to
suppressing
BK.
demand
I
or,
didn't see your question,
alleviating
man.
very high demand. The combination of those two things,
Guys,
is
quit talking
working.
about Carl from the
You're
Moon,
seeing,
man. That he sponsors my
inflation
channel.
coming down. It's principally
Me and him
now in
have a movie
goods,
coming out very
still
soon.
in housing service.
Hello, I would like to get a Big Mac meal.
Enough data that you feel like, yes, okay, this feels like we can for now.
All right, what do I feel about the 4-hour bear div with the money flow coming up? Personally, I feel like it's more bullish than bearish. I think if we get a dump, it means we can look for a bounce from the dump. That's what I think.
That's a whole other set of questions. For now, the question is trying to find that level where we think we can stay there, and we haven't gotten to a point of confidence about that yet.
Dang, we got some lag. Am I on juice? If you mean freshly squeezed orange juice, then of course I'm not. I don't drink juice, no.
Or PCE inflation could come in even lower than the median at 3.7%. Would you see a case to raise rates still if it turned out that you were going to achieve the same real rate this year because the decline in inflation proceeds somewhat better than you currently anticipate?
The decision that we make at each meeting, and certainly at the last two meetings this year, it's going to depend on the totality of all the data. So the inflation data, the labor market data, the growth data, the balance of risks and the other events that are happening out there. We take all of that into account. So I can't really.
I feel you, Dread Mining. Like I'm waiting for that move.
It'll be
probably as soon as I click the end stream button, we'll get the move. That's how it always works, right?
The rate hike overall, and whether that would increase our confidence that yes.
Do I drink milk? Of course I drink milk. Raw milk. Raw goat milk.
Confident that we've gotten to the level that we need to get to.
Shout out to Splashfire Films. Eat clean and trend hard, y'all.
Thanks, Chair Powell. Following up on Nick's question, actually, John Williams, the New York Fed president, obviously, has said things to the effect of next year as we see inflation, kind of, again, to Nick's point, as we see inflation coming down, we're going to need to reduce interest rates to make sure that we're not squeezing the economy harder and harder over time. And I wonder if that's basically the logic that you apply. Is that how you think about it? And then I also wonder, in the last press conference, you said something to the effect of, it's a full year out, those discussions, and people interpreted that to mean that you didn't see a possibility of a rate cut in the first half of next year. And I wonder if that was what you meant by that, or whether, how you're thinking about that timing.
No, when I answer these questions,
man, I would love to go climbing in Germany, but unfortunately, I don't think I'll ever
intending to send a signal
go to Europe in my life.
I'm just answering them as
my milkshake brings all the traders to the yard.
Please,
that's so funny.
Sorry, the first question was that how
Aaron G says stay away from trend also.
That's the question we'll be asking is, taking into account lags and everything
I've never
else
done
we know
trend.
about the
I've never
economy
done
and
Clint.
everything we know about monetary policy. The time will come at some point.
I've never done anything, guys. I'm
not
scared to
saying
do
when,
that, man.
that
I'm scared
it's
to
appropriate
inject
to
myself
cut.
with hormones. I'm not trying to
That
shut
may
me
be
balls
that
off
real
over here.
rates are
I
rising
live
because
off
inflation
grid.
is coming down. Part of it just may be that it'll be all the factors that we see in the economy.
Which short
And,
did I
that
take
time will
yesterday?
certainly come at some point.
Yesterday I
What you
took a
see
short
is us
from.
writing down, a year ahead estimates of
Let's
what
see,
that
where
might
are
be. And there's so much uncertainty around that. When we in the moment, we'll do what we think makes sense. No one will look back at this and say, "Hey, we made a plan." It's not like that at all. These are estimates made a year in advance that are highly uncertain, and that's how it is.
Thanks so much, Chair Powell. Neil Irwin with Axios. I wonder, how do you think about the question of whether the strong GDP growth we've been seeing is driven by excess demand versus supply side factors, productivity, labor force growth? And relatedly, if GDP keeps coming in hot, even in the absence of inflation resurgence, would that on its own be a reason to consider more tightening?
Are the news bullish or bearish? It seems pretty neutral so far. We're going to have to wait for the market to interpret right now.
I mean, we're looking at GDP very, very carefully to try to understand really what's the direction of it. What's
how many calories do I eat a day?
It's a lot of consumer spending.
It depends, man. Like on how depends on what time of year. In the summer, like 5,000 a day. In the winter, maybe like 4,000, 3,500. Depends on how.
That's how we're looking.
How hungry I am, honestly.
Sorry, your second question was.
There's GDP stays hot, but without inflation.
So I think the question will be, GDP is not a mandate, right? Maximum employment and price stability are the mandates. The question will be, is the level
all right,
GDP,
Jerome Powell, come on,
is the
man.
heat that we see in GDP, is it
Eggs,
really
milk, and heavy lifting is all you need. That is 100% true. And put a little raw
That's going to be the question.
Honey in there as well.
It's not a question about GDP.
You got yourself.
You
got yourself some good food,
You're
man.
expecting to see this improvement, continued rebalancing in the labor market and inflation moving back down to 2% in a sustainable way. We have to have confidence in that, and we'd be looking at GDP just to the extent that it threatens one or both of those.
Hi, Victoria Guida with Politico. There are multiple external factors that are playing out right now. We see rising oil
the crypto
prices.
killer.
We
Seriously,
see,
man, what the heck?
Workers striking. There's the looming, very real possibility of a
Shout
government
out to Aaron
shutdown.
G. Have
And
a
I was
good
just
one,
wondering
man. Have a
for
good
each of
one.
those
Shout out to Lolo
goals,
while
could you
Rodney
talk
today.
about how you're thinking about
Aaron
how
G,
that
God
might
bless you,
affect
bro.
the course for
See
the
you,
Fed
man.
and the economy?
So there is a long list, and you hit some of them. But
When people see someone who trains hard, they think they
government
juice.
shutdown, resumption of student loan payments.
That's true.
Higher long-term rates, oil price shock. There are a lot of things that you can look at, so what we try to do is assess all of them and handicap all of them, and ultimately,
man,
there's so much
I am willing
uncertainty
to let these go back to entry.
around these things.
I'm more
So
willing to
start
let
with
the
strike.
short
First of
go
all,
to entry
we
than I am the
absolutely
long, to
don't
be honest
comment
with you.
on the strike, as we have no view.
But yeah, I've got my
the
stop
strike
losses
one way or the
pretty
other.
much at the
We do
entry
have
for
to
both
make
of
an
these.
assessment of
And
its economic effects
right
to do
now,
our
like
jobs.
I don't really have to worry about it.
The
Unless
thing is
Bitcoin
so uncertain.
comes below
The
here,
economic effects, it
25.3,
could affect.
that could be a big hit, man. But I would expect to bounce from here. So I would actually I would really look to add to the trade down in this area. I really would. And for the short, I want to add to it at the golden pocket.
Make up for
and if we don't get any of those things,
none of those things are known right now. It's very, very hard. To know.
I do hold trades to the entry, man. It's just the way I trade. It takes a lot of the psychology out of it. I know I leave profits on the table, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Shout out to Ben Armstrong.
We don't comment on that. It hasn't traditionally had much of a macroeconomic effect.
Do I stream every day?
Energy
I have
prices
been streaming every weekday.
That is a significant thing.
I have been, yeah.
Energy prices being up can affect spending. It can affect
shout out to
over
Lolo.
time. A sustained period of higher.
She sent the pair character looking at himself in the mirror, saying, "Thank you for being you," with hearts popping out of the eyes. I appreciate that, Lolo. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Inflation. But so the question is, how long are higher prices sustained? We have to.
Yeah,
we have
shout out
to
to
take
Anthony.
those
Eat food,
effects
trade
into
hard,
account as well.
you'll get jacked, man.
Those are some of mine. I'm not sure if I hit them all, but ultimately, you're coming into this with an economy that appears to have significant momentum, and that's what we start with.
What percent are my partials? I usually take TP1 50% of the trade, TP2
Greg Torres from
12.5%,
TP3
TP3 12.5%, you know.
Hear you say that a soft landing
Typically what I
is
do.
not a primary objective. This economy is seeing added supply in a way that could create long-term inflation stability. We have prime age labor force participation moving up where people can add skills. Workers want to work. We have a boom in manufacturing construction. We've
Shout out to
had
Jordan.
a
God
decent
bless you,
spate
man.
of home building. And since inflation's coming down, with
Bulking,
strong
cutting,
GDP
or
growth,
maintaining.
we may have higher
I
productivity.
recommend,
All are which good for
if you're not
the
a
Fed's
competitive
longer
bodybuilder,
run
I recommend
target of
you
low
eat
inflation.
until you're like
And if we lose
satisfied.
that in a
But you have to
recession,
learn your body. Like you have
aren't
to
we
learn
opting
to
for the awful
know when you're
heuristics
having
that
too
we
much
had in
food
2010?
and when you're having too
So
little
are you
food.
taking this
When you
into
find that
account when you
balance
pursue
between your activity and your food intake,
To begin,
and you eat whole
the
foods,
soft landing is a primary
whole
objective, and I
foods,
did
like,
not say otherwise.
you know,
I mean,
nothing that comes in a
that's what we've been
package.
trying to achieve for all this time.
I would say it's always
Um,
better to just
the real point,
allow
though,
your
is
body to do what it naturally wants to do. If you're putting
the
stimulus
worst
on your
thing we
body
can
that
do
wants
is
it to
fail
grow
reach
muscle,
price stability.
and
because
if
the
you're
record's
pushing your
clear on
body
that.
to a point
If
where
you-
it
if you
needs to
don't
get
restore price
stronger,
stability, inflation
and you're
comes
eating
back,
high quality
and you go
foods,
through it, you
eventually
can have
you're
a long
gonna build
period
muscle and you're gonna look
where,
lean and jacked more than most.
the economy is just
Cutting
very
and bulking
uncertain,
is
and it'll affect growth,
for
it'll affect
sport.
all kinds of things. It can
And
be
you could
a
really
miserable
mess
period
yourself
to
up
have
doing that,
inflation
man.
constantly coming back and the Fed coming in and having to tighten again and again. So the best thing we can do for everyone, we believe, is to
Yeah,
restore
TJ
price
Johnson's.
stability. I
Look,
think
TJ
now,
Johnson's super
today,
jacked.
we actually
Just get your protein,
you know, we have the ability to be careful
train
at this
hard.
moment and move carefully, and that's what we're planning to
and
do.
you'll be jacked. Like honestly.
So we fully appreciate the the benefits of being able to continue what we see
Yeah,
already,
boring,
which is rebalancing in the labor market and inflation coming down.
Whole Foods, not donut
without
holes. Well, you
seeing,
can eat donut
you know,
holes,
an
but it's not going to
important,
be.
large increase in unemployment, which has been typical of other tightening cycles.
It's not going to be that beneficial for you. But I am planning a trip to Canada, and I am going to go to Tim Hortons,
Chris
and I
Ruge,
am
Bread
going to have a
Associated
maple
Press.
donut with a small
When
coffee.
you look at the disinflation that has taken place so far, do you see it mostly as a result of what some economists are calling the low-hanging fruit, such as the unwinding of supply chain snarls and other pandemic disruptions, or is it more a broad inflation,
I
disinflationary
think it's good
trend
for some people at certain times.
that
I don't
involves
think it's
most
good
goods
for
and
healthy
services
people.
across the economy?
I don't think it's good for healthy
So
people.
if I understood your question, it's I would say it this way.
Keto
I think we knew
will hurt your pancreas.
from the time
If you don't use it, you
before
lose
we
it.
lifted off, but certainly by
It
the
will,
time
it
we
will
left, we
hurt
knew
your
that
insulin sensitivity if you stay
bringing inflation
keto for
back
a
down
long
was
time.
going to take,
It will increase your cortisol. It will lower your testosterone.
these,
You'll end up feeling
distortions
like
to
crap
both
all the
supply
time.
and demand
If you're an athlete
that happened
or
because
if
of
you're
the
an active
pandemic
person and you
so that
live
unwinding was going to be
carnivore,
important.
it's
In
not gonna-
addition,
if you're
monetary
fat,
policy was going to
100
help.
pounds
It
overweight,
was going to help
and you go
supply side
carnivore,
heal
you're
by-
going to
by
feel
pulling
amazing while
demand
you
off.
lose all that fat.
And just in
But
general,
once you get to a
want better
point
aligning
where you're
supply
like,
with demand.
if you're a
So
guy,
those two forces
15,
always gonna be
12% body fat,
it's very hard to pull.
it's not going to be good long term for you.
I do think both of them are at work now, and I think they're at work in a way that shows you that we are seeing.
No way, man. Carl from the Moon just hit me up. My sponsor just hit me up, guys. Carl from the Moon, can you believe it? Carl from the Moon just hit me up, guys. I'm super famous. My man Carl. Look at that, man. He just hit me up. Carl, what's going on, my man? You watching the stream, bro? Are you watching the stream? Let me know. Text me. You got my number. You got my number. Carl, people don't believe that me and you have a movie coming out. I don't know why people don't believe that. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Carl just hit me up, man. And here we go. Bitcoin doing absolutely nothing. Bitcoin doing absolutely nothing. Tall guy fasts for 5 days and feels amazing. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm talking to Carl from the moon, guys. This is crazy. You thought I was bullish? Man, I am still bullish. I am still bullish. You know, just because we're not getting any price movement doesn't mean I'm not still bullish. What are good carbs? I mean, anything that tastes good and is a carb is a good carb, right? The music, I messed up, man, and I ruined my sound on this stream. See, I told Carl from the moon about our movie coming out. He thinks it's funny, man. Isn't that funny? Man, shout out to Carl from the moon. Oh, look, man. Look. He says, let's make the movie happen. He's bullish. Oh, snap. That would be so amazing. That'd be crazy. Man, that's wild. See, dreams do come true, you know? Market Cipher B is printing a lot of dots. Yeah, guys, when price is coiling up like this, you can't really trust those Market Cipher B signals. You gotta wait for the break, and then you can trust those signals. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? Do I count calories burned? Nah, I don't. I do not. Nah, good carbs, anything a whole food. Anything that's a whole food. Fruit, dairy, in my opinion, is good carbs. You know, millet, quinoa, buckwheat. I mean, any kind of soaked or sprouted whole grain is a good carb. Sweet potatoes, regular potatoes. Shout out to Delta 9. Thank you for the prayers. Shout out to Carl from the moon. Look, Carl says, when I'm in Dubai, we have to make a vlog taking the Bugatti to McDonald's. That would be hilarious if we actually had that, man. That would be crazy. Do I eat beans? Yeah, I eat beans. You know what I'm saying? I eat some beans. You gotta soak them, though. You gotta soak the beans for like 24 hours. Put a little bit of vinegar in there to get those phytic acids out. Oh, man. See, I don't want to cut the stream because I know as soon as I do, we're going to get the move. I know as soon as I end the stream, we're going to get the move. You know what I'm saying? Ugh, dang. Come on, Bitcoin. Why you got to do this to me? I hyped up the stream like crazy. I made 3 posts in the Discord about it. Now you got to do me dirty. Yeah, no soak equals gas. That's true. Shout out to CryptoFace. 2-hour stream, been on the treadmill the whole time. I'm going slow, man. If I don't walk, I'm going to fall asleep. Shout out to CryptoFace, man. God bless you. Thank you so much for everything you've done to help me out over the years, my friend. I really appreciate you. CryptoFace gave me a shot on YouTube, guys, when I was a baby channel. He had me on his live stream. Gave me a shot, gave me an audience. Hooked me up with some other peeps in the industry. You're the man, bro. Man, what do you think, CryptoFace? This is some exciting price action, man. Don't you think? I'm waiting for the move, and I'm scared to end the stream because I know as soon as I do, we're gonna either do this or do this. I'm just waiting. I'm trying to milk the stream here, man. And my music broke too, so it's a pretty lame stream, man. It's a pretty lame stream. Now we're talking about food. We're not even talking about the price action. We're talking about food. When will K-Pax be back? I don't know. What about the giveaway? All right, let's do the giveaway. Let's do the giveaway. All right, so we said 1,000 likes, we'll do a giveaway, a year membership of the Casper Crew VIP Discord. The dollar's pumping right now. So, wow, dollar's pumping. Let's check out the S&P. Dumping. Come on, Bitcoin, do something. Let's set an alert for Bitcoin. We're going to do a giveaway. All right. We're going to do a giveaway. Let's come over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin a YouTube video in the chat of YouTube. And you guys have to comment on it. We're going to do a random comment picker. Comment with your Discord name, 4 digits. Actually, can you still do that? I forget how Discord works. Just leave a comment. Just leave a comment. Don't put your Discord name. Don't put your Discord name. That's a one-way ticket to Spam City. Just leave a comment. And if you win, then just give me your Discord name. I'll add you real quick before we have a chance for scammers to come on. All right? So, I'm going to post a video in that section, all right? All right, I'm going to pin a video link, all right? If you don't know how to find pinned comments, then you're not fit to win the competition. No offense. All right, if you don't know how to see a pinned comment in the YouTube chat, you're out of the draw. It is what it is, okay? It's all I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say. Go ahead and leave a comment on that video that I posted in the YouTube chat and pinned, and then we'll do a random comment picker, and we will do a giveaway to whoever wins, all right? It's a video to the Pump song, by the way. All right, maybe let's see if we get this move on Bitcoin while we're waiting for you guys to comment, all right? Everyone's going to say, where's the video? Where's the video? It's in the pinned comments. Shout out to Abbas Sultan. What's going on, man? Shout out to Doug D. Shout out to JL. Shout out to Nick Pap. Bitcoin taking a dump. Shout out to Cozy Babe. Shout out to Hobby Time with Chris. Shout out to Basketballs. Shout out to Jacob. What is going on, Jacob? Good to see you, my man. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's see here. You guys are commenting. I see you guys commenting, all right? Look at all you guys. You guys are the best. I see you, Sudeep, commenting on multiple names. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Yeah, if you have multiple YouTube channels, go for it. Shout out to Tim T Mobile 1, a new subscriber. Shout out to What's Up. Man, look at you guys commenting. Shout out to TJ Johnson commenting on the video. Man, look at the comments pouring in. You guys are really trying to win that year of Casper Crew VIP Discord. All right, well, let's go to random comment picker. Random YouTube comment picker. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And let's check the Bitcoin price real quick. We're getting a little bit of a dump. Nothing crazy. Hopefully after we do this giveaway, we'll get a crazy dump. All right. What the heck? All right. We are going to go ahead and pick a random comment. Boom. Filter duplicate users. Number of winners, just one. Oh, that's premium stuff. That's all premium stuff. All right, what's 8 plus 7, guys? 15? You know, I suck at math. All right, how many comments we got? Oh my goodness, there's like 500, 600 comments. All right, we had a few duplicates. All right, we're going to pick a winner. Tobias Hine. Tobias Hine, what is going on, man? You are the winner, Tobias Hine. You are our winner, my friend. Awesome. So, Tobias, hit me up in the YouTube chat right now with your Discord name. Congratulations, my friend. You are the winner. Tobias Hine, Bitcoin's dumping. You're the winner. Let me know your Discord name in the chat. I'll friend you and we'll add you to the Casper Crew VIP Discord for a year for free. Baby. Come on, Tobias. Let me know, my friend, in the YouTube chat, and we will add you. All right, yeah, shout out to Tobias, man. He's up in here. You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for participating. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Ethereum's breaking down. Bitcoin's breaking down. Let's see. We do need to be aware of a potential CDW of 26,874, but more so, we're looking for a potential move down to around this box, 26,572. 26,572. Let's see if we get a big wick. Come on. Don't stop here, Bitcoin. Don't stop here. It might. We might just CDW that low. We might just CDW that low, but there's more liquidity below us to be snagged here, guys. There's more liquidity below us to be snagged. Come on, Bitcoin. Take a dump, baby. Take a dump. All right. I got your Discord. I got your Discord, Tobias. We're going to add you, my friend. All right, Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin, come on. Don't just CDW that low. Ugh, can you imagine? Can you imagine, guys, if this is really the low? Could you imagine if that was the low? No. Nah, that's not going to be. We got to come lower. We got to come lower than that. Come on. We're coming down. Come on. We're dumping down more than that, baby. Come on. We're dumping down more than that. Let's go. Let's go, Bitcoin. Come on. Come on. We got to dump. We got to dump more than that. All right, Tobias. Man, can you imagine if that really is our low and we're just going to do that? Nah, there's no way. Well, it looks like that might be the case, guys. Looks like that might be the case. I hope not. I want lower. I want lower. All right, Tobias, I've added you. I've added you to VIP, my friend. All right, well, man, what an unfortunate thing if this really is the low, but here we are in the 12-minute time frame with bullish divergences, and we just did a liquidity grab of this low. So that might be it, guys. That might be the move. I'm personally hoping for much lower here. I'd like to come into our boxes before I even think about touching a trade here. If this is it, I'm just going to hold the longs I'm already in, man. Just going to hodl the longs I'm already in. So, dang, maybe we'll get a little bit more of a move down later on today. Let's check the ES. Still dumping. So I think Bitcoin can come lower. The dollar's still pumping. I think Bitcoin can come lower. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's come a smidge lower. Probably a lot of people trading this CDW right now. Let's check out the order book. Yeah, we actually had a lot of shorts come in here. Longs wrecked. Let's see what happens. Okay, good. We're getting another purple candle to the downside. Come on, purple candle. Give us a dump. Give us a dump. Give us some low time frame divergences into some of those key boxes, baby. Come on. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. NQ is dumping. ES is dumping. Dollar's pumping. You think we're going to 23,800? Someone says Kareem. Interesting. I'm not taking along here. Look, I already said this is the first level to the downside we have. I'm not long in this because I'm already in a long. So my plan is I'm not touching anything here unless we come to one of my boxes, but I recognize that these are levels that we could see the reaction from. So far we are seeing a bit of a reaction from this level here. Could it be the bottom? It could be. I don't know. But I'm not interested in it. It's not worth it for me. It's not worth it for me to put my capital at risk here when I'm already positioned so nicely in multiple long trades from lower, you know? So let's see if we can't come down a tad smidge lower. All right, JP's leaving now. So he's leaving now. The big move starts now. Oh, shout out to Spartan Trading. Let's pull the new indicator. All right, so we're getting a CDW here, guys. Let's check out the order book here. There's really nothing too crazy going on, honestly. Like, this is a CDW. I would say a confirmed one, because we closed the candle above the level with a bullish divergence here, printing on the 12-minute. Money flow also getting thicker. So maybe that was our low, guys. If it is, I'm going to hold my longs and not enter anything here. I would prefer lower if I was looking to open a new long into some of my zones down here. And as for shorting, man, I'm not interested in anything unless we take out the high from at least Tuesday, but preferably that high from way back here on September 1st, the September high. Small bounce, then dump, says Miguel. Very possible. Very, very possible. What do I mean a CDW? I mean a chicken's drinking water, Will T Money. It's another word for a swing failure pattern. It's a Casperism. Yeah, it means a swing failure pattern, all right? It's a liquidity grab. It's a stop hunt. Basically, we just grabbed everybody who had their stop loss under the low, and then we reversed it on them, right? But it looks kind of, I don't know. Let's wait and see. It could develop into something. It could develop into something. What we'd have to kind of do now is, I mean, it doesn't look too strong, to be honest. But what we could do is we could look and see if maybe we're getting a whole bunch of shorts stuck here. But let's take a look at the dollar still pumping. The ES is still dumping. In that overall context, it does not look very strong to me. I would actually expect that we come down a bit more. Hoping we come down into one of these boxes here. Shout out to Thor. Shout out to Spartan. How come you guys aren't even mods in my YouTube? That's crazy. I gotta mod you guys. Oh, okay. Spartan's a moderator. Wait, are you a moderator? It's hard to say. Oh yeah, you are a mod. Cool. Sweet, you guys are mods. That's what I like to see. Shout out to Tobias for winning the giveaway. All right, here we go. We're getting a little bit more of a move down here. It's not happening as fast as we would have liked to see. The dollar's still getting a move. The ES is still coming down, which makes me think Bitcoin will still come down a little bit more here. Shout out to Nate DeMate. He started watching my lives. He's learning. You have your own strategy. You started scalping, seeing profits. That's legit. Shout out to JW. Shout out to Hobby Time with Chris. I already did the giveaway, man. I already did the giveaway. Shout out to Tobias who won the giveaway. Tobias Hein. Another dump incoming, says Vintraz. All right. Let's see what happens here. Bitcoin about to dump again, baby. Bitcoin about to take another dump, says somebody in the chat. This is so crazy. In my area, there were a whole bunch of wild animals released on the street, guys. Isn't that wild? Wild animals released on the street? That's crazy. All right, here we go. Bitcoin getting another dump to the downside. Getting another dump. Let's see what happens here. Let's see if these bullish divergences become invalidated on the 12. If they do, that could be bad. That could be bad. We're going to have to wait and see. Although if we come down into this box, we will have very nice bullish divergences going back to Monday, September 18th. Which was this past Monday, 2 days ago. 2 days ago. We got a blood diamond on the 1 hour, guys. That means we're probably going to come down. Those blood diamonds ain't no joke. They ain't no joke, y'all. They ain't no joke. Do I recommend eating pizza? I don't recommend eating pizza, okay? But it is good. I don't know if it's the best thing for you, to be honest. All right, here we go, guys. Come on, Bitcoin. Let's see if you can't dump down a little bit more. You can't dump down just a smidge bit more here. Just a smidge bit more. Now look, I'm still short from yesterday, guys, over on BingX. I'm still short from yesterday. And so if we dump, I'm good. I'm good. I'm short. You know, I've got the longs open. I've got multiple longs, multiple shorts open. I'm well positioned. That's why I'm not in a rush to just hop into a random trade right now. That's why I'm waiting for my levels. Patience pays off, y'all. Trust me, patience pays off. You got to be patient, and it will pay. Here we go, losing the CDW level. Let's pull a quick fib here. Because if we lose this box, then we are coming lower, baby. If we lose this box, we are coming lower. But right now, look at that. We're retesting the CDW level. Again, if we lose this green box here, we are probably coming much lower. Hey, if you want to eat pizza, eat pizza. I mean, I have eaten pizza twice in the last year. Once, my parents bought it. The other time, my rabbi bought it. How am I going to say no to pizza? My rule in life is I don't buy pizza. But if somebody gives it to me, I'm going to eat it. That's a good rule to have. That's actually a good rule to have. But actually, it's only a good rule to have if you're like me. I live all by myself. I don't ever leave the property except for once a week, typically. So if you're always around people eating pizza, that's actually a horrible rule to have. You know what's funny? I've lived in this house for 5 years, and I've never actually gone to a pizza place around this area. There's a bunch. They're far. They're like half an hour away to the nearest pizza. But I drive past them from time to time. I think about stopping in. I just don't do it. Now, I'm from the New York, the North Jersey area originally, so I know good pizza. And so I don't think out here in the middle of the sticks they even have good pizza. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that exists out where I'm at here. Shout out to Dread Mining, a guy making incredible pizza. You know, when I used to be in a band, once I started being more legit in a band and we actually got money and stuff, instead of when I first started out, I would go and eat the pizza in every city. I would look for the pizza place. That would pretty much be my dinner every day. My favorite pizza is in New York City, and there's a place, I forget where it is, the Mellow Mushroom. The Mellow Mushroom. Where is that? Was it in Nebraska? I had some good pizza in Nebraska. Believe it or not. Shout out to Copper and Cryptos, also in North Jersey. That's pretty cool. It's a chain. Mellow Mushroom is a chain. Interesting. Look at this, guys. Getting a bounce from the CDW, all right? So, we could look for, if we start to form a little range here, we could always look for this. You know, take the lows with bullish divergences. If this is really the bottom, that would not be my favorite scenario. But hey, you know, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't know Mellow Mushroom was a chain. Interesting. You know, what do I know? I was just traveling around going eating pizza, you know? I didn't know it was a chain. Well, that's good to know. It's good to know it's a chain. Can you tell us the journey from working at a coffee shop to getting into crypto? Well, I only had that job for a short period of time, working as a Starbucks barista. It was a very short period of time. I've only had 3 jobs in my life besides working for a temp agency. That wasn't really a job. That was whatever they needed. But I worked at a salad place, I worked at a burger place, and I worked at a Starbucks. And I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always kind of tried to start my own businesses. I've only ever worked jobs when I needed extra money. And when I worked at Starbucks, I was trying to get a business going, a little online marketing business. And, you know, I liked Starbucks because I was a very good employee because I worked in a mall and there were long lines and I would go out and entertain the people. While they were waiting in line, I would entertain them. I would talk to them. And I think I was a good asset for the Starbucks because I made people laugh. I made people smile. When I was behind the counter, I would tell jokes, make people laugh, make people smile. I was a good salesman too. Man, my manager told me if I could sell all the French presses, she would buy me lunch. You know, your boy Jayson Casper is a pretty good salesman. So that's what I did. I sold all the dang French presses. She bought me lunch. It was good. It was good. But here's the thing. I had to quit because it was too much. It was too much. Corporate was like too hard on the employees. They wanted you to be like too serious, too strict. They took all the fun out of the job. So I remember this one morning I had to open. And when you have to open at Starbucks, you have to get up early, man, right? And I saw my alarm clock went off, and I decided to text my boss and say, hey, you know, I just woke up. I know I'm supposed to open, but I would rather eat dog poop than come in open today. And she said, does that mean you're quitting? And I said, yeah. And she said, that's not very mature of you. And I said, I know. And that was it. I quit. I told her, look, I have a business I'm trying to start. This job is draining the life out of me. So I started a business. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's been a long stream. I gotta head out, man. I do. I'm tired of streaming. But look, God bless you all in Jesus' name. May the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May He shine light upon you. May He have grace upon you. May the Lord turn His face toward you and give you wholeness. In Jesus' name, even if you're not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. I will see everybody in the next stream. Peace.